Hey there, Sean Bailey, the Sales Funnel Nerd, and welcome to this video. Today, we're going to talk about how to create a lead magnet. So today in this video, we're going to break it all down. We're going to talk about specifically what is a lead magnet. Get that out of the way and get some ideas going about how to create lead magnets for yourself. Give you an idea of how long it should take for you to create a lead magnet for yourself. We'll give you some examples of previous lead magnets that I've used in the past here, and I'm going to give you some tips to help create your own lead magnets. So let's jump right into it. So what is a lead magnet? Now the definition I came up with was an irresistible bribe offering a specific chunk of value to a prospect in exchange for their contact information, right? This is basically getting people who are kind of interested in what you're offering to go a little bit further with it. And by doing that, they give you some contact information about yourself. Now, a lead magnet doesn't have to be complex. It doesn't have to take a long time to create. It just has to deliver a specific value. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more as we go along here. So that's what a lead magnet is. Now, once we start describing them, you're going to see that you've encountered a lot more lead magnets than you probably think. So some types of lead magnets that we've got here. Now, it could be something like this, a simple single video. So as you can tell, I'm a big fan of video, and I like to use videos to, use them as lead magnets myself. Now, what it can be when I talk about a drip-fed video course is essentially a series of videos. If it's something where it would take an hour to explain, why not break it up into 3 or more smaller chunks where it's people are able to consume it, and you're able to deal with the fact that people have shorter attention spans. So to throw an hour worth of content at someone, that's a lot for them to expect for somebody to sit down and consume. So a drip-fed video course lets you take something massive and break it down into smaller videos. Now, the next thing is an information graphic, or infographic as it's called. Now, these things are kind of cool because they're easy to consume, very engaging because there's a lot of information packed onto a single image, but people typically have a lot of information overload, so these are kind of so nice and simple for them to consume and absorb. Now, because people are visual creatures, people can assimilate a visual image faster than a big block of text, right? Now, an example of that, right, to make things simple, is a falling rock sign versus a description saying a long paragraph talking about how there's geological instability and as a result things could fall, right? Versus just a sign that shows falling rocks. Now, that's kind of a simple breakdown there, but I think you get what I mean. So the next thing is some type of cool PDF, like a cheat sheet or a flowchart or a checklist. You could also do some type of eBook. Now, this is kind of a classic lead magnet. I say if you're going to do some type of ebook, like a PDF ebook, make it 20 pages instead of 200. Make it something where somebody can sit down and do it all, consume it in one sitting, and you're not going to have to worry about them going back to it because chances are they probably won't. So the next thing, if you're doing any type of coaching or consulting, is to do some type of free session, right? Sit down and give them sit down with you, some type of free results in advance to get them to go further with it. Now, polls and quizzes work really cool, especially quizzes that are going to return information about people, because people, their favorite thing is themselves, and they want to learn more about themselves, and then you can have them fill out these polls or quizzes and then just email the results to them. So you know that people are going to be more apt to go and check it if it's something about themselves. Right? The next thing is some type of swipe file. A collection of email subject lines is one that I've recently just put out here that's been working well. Anything where you've got a collection of things that you've done, something where people can refer to it over and over makes for a good one. That's why swipe files work so well. So the last one here is, So the next one is some type of audio interview. Now, this is a good one if you can find an expert in your niche, sit down with them, interview them, and if you're just starting out and you're not an expert, you can basically get instant credibility by leveraging an existing expert. So the next thing is some type of tool or cool thing that they can use. Like some type of calculator, a small piece of software, some type of purchasing guide, some type of, I've downloaded ones before that were just Excel spreadsheets, but they were pre-formatted with calculations that, were handy to marketers, and I thought it was fantastic. right? So just something that you can think of there. It doesn't have to be, and it was just really just a few lines. It wasn't even that big of an Excel spreadsheet, but it was a great lead magnet. So let's talk about how long it should take to create a lead magnet. Now, ideally, as soon as possible. At worst, I've taken 2 to 3 days to create a lead magnet. If I come up with an idea, especially if I'm creating myself. Now, some of the stuff you can just outsource and have somebody else do it, especially with sites like Fiverr and other ones that are available. You can get a lot of outsource work done cheap and like high quality, and it's a great way to go if you're not, like if you're not a creative type of person as far as graphic design and that type of thing, depending on which way you decide to go with your lead magnet. Now, at most a week, that's really as long as I think it should take to come up with an idea of a lead magnet, execute it, and have it ready to go out. Main thing is don't stress over your lead magnet and make it into something long and difficult. Kind of come up with an idea and then just go with it. And you know what? If it doesn't work the first time, that's okay. That's why you do more. I've had lead magnets that worked. I've had lead magnets that flopped. But the main thing is I kept trying, and eventually you find ones that work, and it's great. So look around your niche, find something that lends itself to it, and then just go with it, right? So some examples of lead magnets that I've used in the past. So I've given away videos, I've given away blueprints, resource guides, special reports. I've even done swipe files. They've all worked well for me. So it's just a matter of trying things out and just going for it and trying out things in your niche and just putting something out there. If it doesn't work, try again with something else, and you just keep going forward. So the last thing is some tips for a lead magnet. Now, for your own lead magnet creation, just make sure that your lead magnet is, just keep it quick and easy. Once you get the hang of it, it's going to be a quick process for you. Now, keep it specific to one topic. Now, here's what I mean here. I got a couple examples. So my first example is 7 visual pieces your potential customer needs to see on your order page to slash your cart abandonment rate. Now that's pretty specific, right? But that lead magnet is going to get me the right kind of person into that funnel. People who are interested in, who have an existing funnel and know about cart abandonment rate and want to, want to decrease that, want to make more money because people aren't abandoning their cart, right? So the next one below that here is I came up with one. It just says the 5-day meal plan to drop a dress size by the end of the week. Right, so this one's in, if you wanted to aim for the health and fitness, that's, an idea for a lead magnet where you can go that way. But it's unique to one thing. It's about dropping a dress size, right? Or it's about dropping your cart abandonment rate. So make sure your lead magnet fits with your personal style and comfort, right? I like doing videos. I find that there's a lot of advantage to doing videos, but if it's not your thing, if you don't want to be on video and you want to just do infographics or reports or eBooks or audios, whatever, just find whatever's going to work for you and just choose something and go for it. Now stick out by being unique and not just me too. So try to make your thing stick out and be different than kind of all the rest of the noise that's out there. So we talked about what a lead magnet was and some types of lead magnets and how long it should take you to create your lead magnet, as well as some examples and some tips for creating your own lead magnet. So use this information to create a lead magnet for your own sales funnel. And by the way, if you've ever wanted to see how to set up a sales funnel, but you're not really a technical person, and you wanted to take a free peek inside the profit-making automation of a sales funnel and how you can use it to do the same for yourself using just a couple of online tools, just click on the link on the screen or down in the description below. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, and there's a new notify bell if you want to be notified when I put out new videos, because YouTube figured, hey, subscribe just wasn't easy enough. And I will see you in the next video.